All right. I think we are good to go. What up? We are live quickly here. I don't know how long we'll stay live for. I say that every single time, and then we get just kind of sidetracked and start going. But I'm still looking for some more plays for today, right? And I'm also thinking that we might get some trade deadline news or something like that as we get going. So, with that said, let's go ahead and get going. So what's going on to everyone that is tuned in right now? Appreciate you guys for stopping by. Working on a couple things here as we kind of get going. So FYI, as we get going. So if I'm not totally looking like I'm here, that is why. So just give me a second. What's going on, guys? How we doing today? Again, let's get is the chat going? Yeah. Which chat is? I think we'll just do this for now. Still kind of putting some pieces together, so we're live. But like I said, we had the coming soon or stream starting soon live thing for a little while. Still kind of working on getting things up to par here, so just give me a second. But we do have a few final plays as of right now. My Super Bowl, if you guys are not aware, let's get that in the chat. My Super Bowl play, or video, I should say, is out right now. Let me send that to you guys. We already have a few plays locked in as well. Tassus and I recorded H to H this morning, so it'll be out, I believe, tomorrow around noon, so that'll be good. But yeah, let's see if we can find some additional plays here on this NBA slate. It's a trade deadline. Like I said, maybe we'll get lucky and have some news to react to live here. I mean, the most recent trade was the Nurkic move, right? That just happened. I don't know if that's that big. I don't think I'm going to do a second channel video for it. But still, I mean, big enough in a sense. Pause. But how we doing, guys? Let's see who's in the chat here. We got Colin. Shout out to Colin. We got Carlos, Eugene, Spurs, Chris, Monica, Mike, and Hype. How we doing, guys? Hype says, recently found the channel. I love your content. I do appreciate that. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of comments like that lately too, of like recently found and all that. And that means the world because, I don't know, I guess we're doing something right. I know that Tassos is putting in a lot of work, Trey's on the channel as well. But this is just like, hitting 100,000 this year and seeing all that kind of come to fruition is pretty damn cool. So appreciate new people tuning in. Shout out to you, Hype. Pick. Going to the Suns, it looked like Nurkic to the Hornets. The Hornets needed to make some sort of a move because they obviously just lost Mark Williams, right? So they needed some sort of a big. I guess they're getting their big there. Do I think that it's the biggest of moves or anything like that? Not necessarily, but I guess it's worth it for them in a sense. You know what I mean? Let's see what else we got here. Again, I'm still kind of working on getting the stream set up as we are live. All right, what else do we have in the chat? Hopefully the algorithm's good. Hopefully it is. Thoughts on Derek White tonight? We can dive into that real quick. Let's see. Derek White, I mean, there's a chance Drew Holiday is out, correct? Is that still the case? So if Drew Holiday is, do we have any update on that? Let's see. Drew Holiday is still listed as questionable. Derek White, what stat are we looking for? Just like overall, I guess? Like his overall? Like PRA, points, assists? Kyle is the GOAT. I really do. Me and Kyle talk a lot off like via text and stuff. We've never met, but he really is he's genuine and really, really smart and has a lot together. Yeah, the Nurkic trade just happened. Again, to me, it's kind of like a rippled trade. It's not a wave trade, but it helps Charlotte get something, and I do think that there are some pieces, Micic and Cody Martin, fair pieces to Phoenix, right? But anyways, Derek White. All right, we'll check out just Derek White points for now because I might have missed it in the chat, but I know we said let's look at Derek White. Right now his points are at 15.5, And quite honestly, he has been crushing it, right? Been absolutely crushing it. In games this year, when we say no Drew Holiday, which Drew Holiday is questionable, this is the last 10 games this year where no Drew Holiday has been going off. Going up against Dallas. Against Dallas, he had 23 last time they played. So, yeah, I don't mind this spot. If we want to take a peek at how this game should work via our dashboard, which just let me know in the comments if you guys want the link to this dashboard. It is. We do charge for it. Very cheap though. But Derek White is going to be a guy that we know is going to take a lot of above the break threes, and also come off of pick and rolls, a decent amount too, right? Dallas not all that great at stopping the pick and roll. Point for Derek White, great. And then looking at them from the perimeter, Dallas was still, even if you look right here, right, bottom left, they are the number 11 team. I'll blow this up a little bit. Number 11 team in terms of the, defending the pick and roll this season. Not the pick and roll, sorry, the perimeter. Last 3 games are at 26th. On the road, they're 22nd, so they really haven't been as good at defending the perimeter. You can even see last 10 games here, that's a 39.6. Almost 40% from the field from above the break. So Derek White, 15.5, you can get him at 14.5. I guess a little bit of juice, but probably still worth it. Dallas, their defense, their lineup tonight right here looks like it's going to be Kyrie, Dante, Klay Thompson. Again, we may not see Drew Holiday. That could only help. So, yeah, I don't think I mind Derek White. What do you think of that Derek White play? I mean, I don't know if I added, again, we have a few plays. In fact, my plays as of right now are right here. We're running it back now. We only have a unit and a half on the board right now, but we have the under in the Pacers and Clips game, which, what is that at now? Did we get a good number? I have a feeling we did not. Pacers and Clippers. Okay, we got a fine number, 229. We have DeMar over in points plus assists, which killed us yesterday. And then we also have Franz Wagner under in points as well, which, do we get a good number there? Because I could have sworn I was hoping So go ahead and hit that like button if you don't mind. And I think it looks like the stream's been cutting out a couple times here. Is that happening to you guys? Hopefully it just comes right back. Let's see. Noof says Ayton over 16.5 points. Let's check out Ayton. We can check that one out. So we know where Ayton's going to want to obviously shoot from, right? The restricted areas. So we could check out that game, which I believe is the second to last game. Okay. Going up against Sacramento, they are very good at preventing points in the paint. Not so much recently. They've actually been getting, last 3, a little bit worse at that. But what I will say is defensively against centers, you could see here, not exactly the best in particular. They're a lot better at, I guess, guards in the paint and whatnot, I would assume. But Sacramento has been good at preventing points in the paint this whole season. They've kind of fallen off a little bit. So the way Ayton's been playing, I mean, I can't really sit here and tell anyone no, right? I mean, if we look at an Ayton game log, the dude's been beast. I mean, sure, let's throw this one out, right? He shoot the ball 8 times there. Minutes he played 21. Okay, prior to that, right? When he plays 25 minutes, he's been crushing it. So, yeah, I can't necessarily say I don't like this. Look at him against Sacramento. Last 3 playing 25 plus, last 3 just in general. We saw this matchup back in November. So, yeah, I mean, as much as I want to sit here and say, oh, this Sacramento team covers the paint really well, I think that Sacramento's edge today, like I said in my video earlier, I think that the Sacramento runs, that's how they can potentially win this game or I guess cover in a +1 sense. But, yeah, I don't mind Ayton. We haven't projected for 16.5. And, in fact, using the Edge Finder here, which, again, we're still workshopping the name. This link to the tool that you're about to see is in the Discord, guys. So make sure you guys are joining the Discord. We can get you that link right here. It's absolutely free. It's not a paid for or anything like that. But let's see. I'll put that in the chat. Join the Discord. This is a tool that it's still in beta. We will eventually charge for this because it's a really cool tool. But let's see what we got in terms of, I guess, we had him at 16.5, so no edge there. Rebounds a little bit, assists a little bit. So, yeah, he does have, in our mind, I guess, a little bit of an edge. Not necessarily in the points category, though. But if he were to play more minutes, right, then, maybe we're seeing some more from him, right? If we peg him for, like I said, 30 minutes even. Like, look at this. These hit rates look pretty damn good. It's been crushing it. And again, like, they're somehow, some way, Sacramento is a good team in the paint. They haven't been as of late, but yeah, I know last 7 games here, allowing a lot of points to centers. A lot of points to centers. So yeah. All right, let's see what else we got, guys. I'm gonna try and keep up, obviously, with the chat and whatnot, but to some degree, we're not gonna be able to get to everybody. So if you feel like I'm skipping over your question or something like that, 2 things to do. You can ask it again. Hopefully, I see it. Just don't spam. Like, we're all humans here. You can ask with a super chat, which obviously has a dollar amount behind it. You don't need to do that, but if you really are pressed to do that, we'll obviously let those people skip the line. So up to you guys. But we're going to try and get to as much as we can. And again, the goal here is honestly, like, I want to add some more plays to my card too, right? So hopefully we can find some stuff to lock in, though. All right, let's see what else we got. Get to the chat here. I'm all over the place. Let's see. Mark says, is Podziemski over 23.5 PRA a good piece in the same game parlay? Is Steph Curry ruled in? Steph Curry's ruled in, so I think that takes away from his usage a little bit. In fact, let's see if we can look at this too. We can try and prove this out. This is a free tool as well over on Fantasy Labs, but what I'm going to look at is Warriors, right? And I'm going to say with Steph on the court, what does Podziemski's, what do his numbers end up looking like? So where is Steph? This is per 36 too. Let's just see, because Podziemski's going to have, he's going to have an additional, like, he's in the starting lineup today, right? Yeah, there's no Schroeder. He's getting the start. I think he should definitely have the minutes. I just want to see what his numbers technically do. So, it doesn't look like he's actually one of the guys that gets, like, a mass. Oh, no, that's Steph on court. Okay. Yeah, so with him off. So I had that backwards. Let's see. Does Podziemski get a massive upgrade? Because Steph is playing. But we'll go through the actual stat line in a second. So, let's see. Podziemski right here, assist rate 19 point. Okay. Yeah, it matters that Steph's there. You can see his numbers kind of jump without him. But in general, I don't really mind that spot because of the trades they're making. Like, it's gonna be it's one of the younger players. What do we got? PRA. 23.5 you could still get. He clearly crushed last time, and I think that this is probably going to come with minutes. Obviously, like, look at this. Some of the bigger minutes he gets. Matchup-wise, I wouldn't worry about the Lakers' defense whatsoever. So let's just say he's going to play. Actually, you know what? Let's put him for 30 minutes today. Averages 24.2, or the potentials are up there. The rebound chances kind of had his... Yeah, I don't mind this one. I really don't. I don't mind it at all. I would say... he should have his fair share of being able to get that, right? So we have him projected, and then this is just with our algorithm. Like, these are all computer automated. I don't have I do have a say in it, but like I don't know what we're projected until I look at it. 14.1 plus 5.9, so all of a sudden we're up to 20, and then plus 4 assists. We have him at 24 PRA, so perfect. There you go. All right, we do have a super chat. All right, well, someone called, right? Let's see. Luke saying Scoot Henderson over 12.5 points and Sabonis over 0.5 threes. Do appreciate the super chat. Seriously, that does mean a lot, and obviously every little bit helps out. So, Luke, do appreciate you. And yeah, you're skipping the line. We're gonna look at that play now. I guess I got a little ulterior motive here, though I wasn't planning like that. But let's start off with Sabonis. Sabonis, he's shooting an incredible percentage, which is the good thing, right? The problem is he's not going to have the volume. The good news is that Portland secures the paint pretty well, right? Even using this, you could see Portland's defense in the paint pretty damn good. They're actually playing really good defense on the perimeter as well. But to me, this wouldn't be the worst spot to look at. I will say this. It looks like, and I can zoom in so you guys can see this, right? This is the catch and shoot part of our dashboard and pull up. It looks like they really struggle against the pull up. I guess the score percentage is pretty good, but struggle against the pull up. Sabonis is going to be a catch and shoot guy, right? Like he's either going to get it off the screen or he's going to be wide open, get a pass and shoot. So I don't know if I love the Sabonis, but his percentage is like, I mean, you can't really knock the percentage. So who am I to say that it's not a good look? Do you know what I mean? Like he has that great percentage. So yeah, at some point, if he takes enough, like he's shooting 44% in his last 10 games on the season, 46%. Let's see, against Portland last time he had 2. So I can't say no to that. I do worry about the volume, right? Like even on the season, he's shooting 2.4 times per game from 3. So I don't mind that one, right? But I think I'd go as far as saying don't mind. Scoot is the other one we asked about here, right? Scoot. Scoot Henderson. 12 and a half points. He's been getting the touches, right? In terms of their lineup, I don't think they're injured at all, so they're good to go. He should be playing a decent amount of minutes, right? As of late, we'll say we'll give him 25 minutes. Looked really good against this team last time he played at the beginning of the year and then last season. That's good. Let's go if he plays 25 plus. What does he get? 25 plus minutes. He's hit it at a 65% clip. We know he's going to get point guard minutes and run. Sacramento to the point guard allowing 22. Definitely struggle against the pick and roll. Scoot, we can even probably look at to make sure that he's going to get those pick and roll opportunities, right? Pick and roll ball handler looks like 27% of his points come from being a pick and roll ball handler. I don't mind it. I wonder if he's going to have he shoots at a good percentage for what he is, right? You can see here, 45% for a guard. That's pretty good. Does he have the field goal attempts? Because it's only 12.5, 12 and a half points. That's not that crazy. I think it's going to come down to field goal attempts. I don't know this, I'm just guessing. Let's go last 20 games for him, and we'll go field goal attempts. Where is that? If we go field goal attempts and he shoots less than 10 times, pretty sparse, right? Which makes sense. We're talking about points here, but he shoots 10 or more times, he crushes it. So that's going to be what it comes down to, which shouldn't shock anyone, but I do think both of these plays, to your question there in terms of Sabonis and Henderson, Luke, it's like we really got to hope for the volume between those two guys. You know what I mean? Overall. For whatever reason, we keep kicking out here on the stream. I know it's going in and out. I don't know why. Maybe the internet's running a little off today. Running a bit off. All right, what else we have there? Shout out to, again, the super chat from Luke. Probably plug in Scoot into our spot here. By the way, this is what we have Scoot projected for. 13.1, so technically over that 12.5. Technically over that 12.5. This tool really, it's built like based on our projections and what I've built versus sportsbook line. So it's not all that like crazy, but it's definitely something that I don't know, could be kind of useful and cool. Let's see. I am quiet. Sometimes guys, refresh the stream if the volume's been glitching out on us lately when we do these streams, and then people that have said they just refresh, it kind of kicks back in. So see if that works. I'm looking right now to see what I can do on my end. I think YouTube's been a little weird with whatever we're doing lately. Refreshing has worked for most people. LeBron versus Curry, always a great matchup, yeah. So is AD playing? Have we gotten news on that? Jeremy, I see you say AD. If AD plays, I talked about it. I love Kyrie's assist today. But I don't think AD, I think he's got ruled out, right? I believe. Is the volume all good now if you guys refresh? Is it that simple? Which is kind of annoying, but I don't know why that is. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Yeah, 80 is out. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see what else we got. Rez saying, when is the Super Bowl? So my video just dropped today. I'll put the link in the chat. And then that came out an hour or so ago. And then Tassos and me doing H to H. We did a little bit different because I obviously won H to H. If you guys don't know, that's the show I do with Tassos. That'll be dropping tomorrow right around noon. So that'll be out tomorrow, Rez. Of course, Luke. Thank you for the super chat. We just talked about Podemski, Caleb, and yeah, I like it. I think I give it like a decent look. You know what I mean? I think he'll have the touches, the usage, even with Steph. I think I'd rather know Steph, but I still don't mind Brandon Podemski here. The Hunter trade. There's a new trade. Let's see. Oh, this is what we're talking about. All right, good call there, Jake. All right. All right. I'm trying to gather my thoughts here, right? I'm kind of shocked. This is a move they made. All right, so anyways. Hawks are trading forward De'Aaron Hunter to Cleveland for Karis LeVert, Georges Niang, and 3 second-round picks. That's a pretty decent haul, isn't it? That's a pretty decent haul, I feel like. Damn. I would say, yeah, see, when I do those second channel videos and whatnot, I process it and think about it. Sometimes it's just a verbal dump, like I say, but that's a lot for Hunter, but Hunter's a beast. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm trying to figure out if this is too much. Like, Karis LeVert is underrated. I do think he's underrated. Georges Niang, also underrated. He grew up in the same town that I grew up in. 3 second-round picks and 2 swaps, but DeAndre Hunter's really good. So that Cavs team, damn, what do we think? What do we think of that one? That's a pretty damn big trade, I would say. So is he gonna start? He doesn't start for the Cavs, right? Like that has to be a move now where he's gonna be probably off the bench still. I mean, he was off the bench in Atlanta before the injuries, and even still actually to some degree. Wow. Cleveland just gave up a haul, but they got a beast, especially if he comes off the bench. Let's see. Or he could start, right? He might start. Wow. What do we think of this trade? Rated out of 10. Kool-Aid says, why would the Cavs want him? If he comes off the bench, that's amazing, because right now they have a bunch of shooters off the bench and whatnot, right? Bunch of shooters off the bench. DeAndre Hunter can create his own shots. But they did lose, obviously, Niang, who played some decent minutes for him. But DeAndre Hunter, let's not forget, he's a really good shooter, a really good defender, 6th Man of the Year candidate. I think that's a fair trade. I think that's a good move for Cleveland. And then Atlanta gets a decent amount. These two guys, I don't want to overlook. I mean, yeah, sure, it probably takes an NBA nerd to like them, but Karis LeVert has looked very good at times when healthy. And Georges Niang is one of those guys that's always kind of around and can play tough ball, but also can shoot. You know what I mean? Like, he's not great, but he's definitely worth it. That's a big one. That's definitely a big one. We'll probably clip this to some degree, right? And put it as a reaction on the second channel, because I did not see that. So shout out for you guys bringing it. Yeah, if he comes off the bench, Chris, I do think that's probably like the best move, you know what I mean? Because he's already come accustomed to being off the bench. And the fact that they can go like, all right, Mitchell needs an early blow or rest, you know what I mean? And same thing with Garland. Coming DeAndre Hunter. Like DeAndre Hunter, let's go to Basketball Reference. I want to see DeAndre Hunter's recent, I mean, that is not how you spell DeAndre Hunter, but let's see if the search is good over here. It is not. So his recent performances have been, like, especially because he's getting more minutes, but this is a guy that's playing 28.8 minutes, right? 19 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, 1.5 assists. Obviously, he's getting his steals and stuff too, but where are his per 36? That's what I want to find right now. Per 36. Can we find that? Per 36 minutes, he's a 24-5 guy per 36. Now, is he going to play 36 minutes with the Cavs? Probably not. But they just got a dude. They did. They just got a dude. Yeah, no, Jeremy. I mean, they got a haul. Like that is forget the. Even the 3 seconds, right? But the Cavs are clearly kind of like going all in, right? Like they have to be. They have to be trying to make a push. So they're going to be the one that gives up a bunch. But I think that this is underrated. Well, like I think Atlanta, like they're toast this year. They probably. I don't know if DeAndre Hunter's stock's ever going to be higher, right? I don't think DeAndre Hunter's stock is ever going to be higher, so why wouldn't Atlanta do that type of thing? I totally agree, Jeremy. It's a big price, but when you're really pushing for a championship, and obviously the Cavs are, then you pay the more premium price, right? So I totally get it. He probably isn't good. He is right now. He's good enough. By the numbers, by his impact, the fact that even when he wasn't playing as many minutes, 6th man of the year candidate, went from the starting role to the bench, like he's worth this right now. I don't know if he actually is long term, obviously. Rez, I said that's coming out tomorrow at 12 p.m. Yeah, the Cavs are definitely trying to win the championship. I mean, they were trying anyways. They're having a phenomenal season, right? But this is clearly like they just LeVert, obviously a bench guy when healthy. Niang, giving them some valuable minutes. But 3 seconds and 2 swaps, whatever those are. See if there's any updates on this. Whatever those are, no, nothing else. They're clearly just going in, right? Chris says, second-round picks in the NBA isn't anything special. I think the Hawks should have asked for a first instead of... Well, those seconds may be pieces to now make moves. And I don't think that you would have gotten these players and a first, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta still, like, this is not the best, this is not a Luka Doncic type trade. They probably could have gotten more picks too, but you know what I mean? Like, I think that you'd get quantity of seconds versus even one quality first in a sense. But I agree, Chris. Like, second rounders don't mean much, but they mean a lot in trades. Like, second rounders, more often than not, can be trade pieces, especially when you have like 3 of them. You know what I mean? You're good, Rez. Liam says, got some NHL plays for y'all since you give me NBA ones. Makar McKinnon for a point, Austin Matthews, Nylander for a point, and Braden point, Kucherov for a point. There we go. We got some NHL picks. Guys, we are still looking to bring on an NHL person to make videos. I want someone with experience, though, so or someone that can figure out how to do quality videos quickly because obviously the season's almost over. So if you are, make sure to reach out to me. You can find me on Discord or Twitter or anything like that. DM me on any of these social platforms. And we're also looking for people to contribute via the written word on the Guy Boston Sports site if you want to write your plays every day and that type of thing. All right, let's see. Let's get back to some of these. Yeah, that DeAndre Hunter trade is somewhat shocking to me. Like, I think it makes sense for the Cavs and it makes sense for Atlanta based on what they got. But I don't know. I didn't necessarily see it coming, right? All right, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, Jerome off the bench, Jason. You're right. All right, Siakam over 18.5 points. I don't mind Siakam today. My one thing is he's one of those guys that gets better and better as he gets closer to the hoop. That's where you feed into the Clippers defense, right? But to me, yeah, I could see Siakam probably having some success. I wouldn't say it's like a dream spot for him, but I don't mind it. I mean, this is a Clippers team that they do to some degree give up a little bit of the mid-range, which obviously Siakam's going to live there. And I have Siakam projected for just under 20 today. So, right, like it's a little bit close. A little bit close. A little bit of an edge, I would say. I took Franz under in points. Am I the crazy one? Am I the crazy one for taking Siakam under in points? His coffee's probably ice cold. Well, let's see. YMP says Porzingis over 5.5 first quarter. I mean, let's take a peek at that one. Let's take a quick peek at Zingy here. 5.5 first quarter points. Great hit rate. I mean, even with this one being a loser, he had 5 in Dallas last time, right? How many times did he shoot? He played 7.3. This is minutes per game, but we're looking for first quarter. I don't really mind this because, again, like the way to get to, if we go to our dashboard here, where is it? Where's this game? The way to get to this Dallas team is going to be right here in that paint, right? Porzingis can fire from 3. We know that, but should be able to score. And Dallas 25th in terms of last 7 games of defense versus position. Yeah, I don't mind that. Let me get you guys the link to the dashboard if you guys are interested. Right here, we'll copy and paste that, send it your way. It's becoming a site member over there. Yeah, I've seen Devin. I've seen a lot of people on Porzingis too. Like, I think you can get him at 4.5 even just like a week ago, right? Him and Jaylen Brown are 2 guys that love to go off. Yeah, Chris, didn't that come out last night that he's gonna sign 2 for 120, 121? I made my video on that last night. It's like, what are we doing, Jimmy Butler? You're not that good. You're not that good. Let me see if I can get that to you guys too in the chat in case you want to watch it later. We have a second channel. I don't know if people are new here and we're on the main channel, right? We have a second channel in which we're posting a ton of sort of reactionary stuff to trades like this and that type of thing. And that Jimmy Butler deal, I pretty much, my take has been the same since he's wanted to be traded. And it's like, what the hell, dude? Like, you're so over the hill. You're not that good. You had your run, and even during his run, it was like a couple of years. Like, Jimmy Butler's acting like he's one of the best, most premier players in the league. All the semantics. And then the Warriors giving up all that and paying him 60 plus a year. What are we doing, guys? Dominic says Norm Powell over 24.5 points. I do like it. I talked about that earlier in my video this morning. I haven't rolled with it myself. In fact, I'm looking to add some plays. Look at this. It says added, right? Added. I don't know if you guys could see that. Added. Boom. Nothing added yet, guys. But I did like Norm Powell. I think that he could score from both the perimeter, which Indiana's good at defending the perimeter, but he can also mix up down low in the restricted area, which obviously is, or not obviously, FYI, is really the Pacers' weakness. So I think that he should be a good spot. We haven't projected for 24 points tonight, which is just underneath that, but still, a couple buckets here and there. Yeah, Larry. So Porzingis was 4.5. Now it's 5.5. The one thing I will say is he will chuck, like, if you guys notice that Porzingis gets that top of the key early 3 and just fires. Like, he'll get his attempts into some degree. Muck says he never was. Yeah, Jimmy Butler was never actually like that. I mean, credit to him for being the intense grinder, blah, like, whatever. But, dude, you are, like, yeah, he had some 20-point per game seasons and whatnot, but he is vastly overrating where he'll stand. If he retires today, in 10 years, nobody cares about Jimmy Butler. You know what I mean? Like, what's Jimmy Butler's legacy? His biggest legacy now, maybe freaking running his mouth in Minnesota, getting out of there. Running his mouth in the Heat, getting out of there. Like, I did say in my video yesterday, like, I am, like, sneaky, and I didn't really realize I was, but I'm a sneaky Jimmy Butler hater. Never really, again, realized that I was, but, like, I'm a sneaky Jimmy Butler hater. Ever since this BS went down, I do think so. Let's see. We can look at healed 15 plus because, again, no Wiggins, no Dennis Schroeder. So yeah, let's take a peek at healed. That's a good one here from Christopher. Let me know if any more trades are coming in, guys, because that's how we found out about the Hunter one. We are, Definitely interested in reacting to trades. Meeches, we got to stop acting like Jimmy take them boys to the finals twice. I know, but that's what I mean. How long can he live on that? You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm giving him credit for a couple of years where he was so intense and he got better and all that. But at some point, taking someone to the finals doesn't mean crap. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm not acting like he didn't. I'm giving him credit for that. I'm saying that that's not as big of an accomplishment as you think. Taking someone to the finals, great deal. Like, good deal. Take someone to the prom. It doesn't mean that she's going to be your wife. You know what I mean? Like win the damn championship. Shout out to the people that are married to their high school sweetheart and their prom date. You got your legacy, not Jimmy Butler, though. All right, Buddy Hield, his line is way up there at 16.5. That kind of turns me off immediately. I might look at this 3.5. 2.5 for threes. That might be a little bit more my cup of tea because it's less. He only needs, a few shots. 14.5. Did his points just change? Okay, 14.5 isn't bad. Let's take a peek at without. Let's go Wiggins. And we'll go. Ooh, wow. Never mind. We don't even need to go much further. That's his last 10 games, last 8 games with no Andrew Wiggins. This year, no Andrew Wiggins. Do we need to look at much more? Damn, he should. What are his shot attempts? So this year he's shooting the ball, 10.1 attempts per game, right? Again, we look at Wiggins. We say, no Andrew Wiggins. 16.4 field goal attempts per game without Wiggins this year? Are we looking at the... Hold on. Let's drill down even more. We may have found one that we like. Am I... Hold on. All right. 14.5 we know we can get. We just saw it, right? 14.5 minus 118 MGM. That's probably where we jump on if we do this. We're going field goal attempts. He's going to shoot the ball 14 plus times for us. Do we do it? I'm writing this one down. That was from Chris, right? Chris, do you like Chris or Christopher? If we roll this and I end up giving you a little tag and shout out in the final plays. Do we like this? Give me a W or L, I guess, in the chat to let me know. Do we like this play? Like, this is... We want the field goal attempts. The field goal attempts are there with no Wiggins. Is it too square of a play, though? Like, let's look at it with Steph. Maybe we back this one out before I get, my panties in a bunch here. We're going with Podziemski and Steph this year. Obviously struggles a little bit, but let's also throw in, let's go without Wiggins, and we're really going to make this a specific. So still 3 games this year with those 2 guys without him, and he's shooting the ball 14. So just in here, we have 14. Let's go 13. Still looks good, right? If the audio is bad, leave and then come back. It's been working. I'll put that in the chat because it's not your guys' fault. So, Chris, just refresh it. It should be good to go. Of course, I can't even spell. Jesus. All right. Yeah, I kind of like that. We're getting some W's in there. All right, I think I'm gonna consider that. I'm gonna consider that one. Parlay Guru says take Brandon before you take Buddy. Yeah, we did. We already looked at We did look at Brandon, and I do like that. I think that Buddy could just jack though. Right? Like, Podziemski, I would go Podziemski PRA like we talked about, because I do think that he will have the usage, but Buddy Hield, I think, could just sit there and jack today, potentially. Again, no Wiggins yielded some damn good spots for him, obviously. No, we haven't mentioned Reeves over an assist plus rebounds. It's not a bad thought. What is his line at, Kool-Aid? Guys, I am going to take another second to ask you guys to hit that like button. We got nearly 200 people here and 38 likes. Yikes. Yikes, you guys hate me. But please hit that like button. Let's see if we can get that thing up over 50 like that. It does help me out. I know it sounds like it's pandering and all that, but truth be told, like I said, it is helps, and it helps obviously spread the stream and whatnot. So hit that like button if you do not mind. Well, that was quick. That was quick. You guys are over. We just got over 50. I'm going to make because we keep getting the comments, I'm going to do this real time. Hold on. Let's see if we can do this. I'm going to try and get like a text on the screen here to let people know to refresh, because I know that's probably so annoying. All right, what do we... I did not expect it to be like this. All right. Just put it there, I guess. All right, whatever. We're doing our best out here. You know what? Alan says, we don't hate you, we hate your like button. What's going on, Sep? I don't even know if I said that right, but you know what? Did my best. Appreciate that, Droopy. Jokic. Okay, Jokic could be a look. Let's see what we got here. Raymond says Jokic over 36.5 points plus assist. I like that assist line, that assist part of it, obviously, because it's one, Jokic, but two, this is an Orlando team that covers the paint pretty well. They also cover the perimeter well, so don't get me wrong, but if Jokic is like having any trouble scoring down low, he's probably going to want to sit out there and also pass it, right? So let's see. Points plus assists, you got at 36.5. Okay, decent enough. Ben crushing it. Pretty good numbers against Orlando here. 30 minutes. I mean, he plays more than that a lot of the time, right? Last 20 games, he's averaging 35. So let's just see. When he plays 35 minutes, he's hit this over. Jeez. In 88% of games. So I do not mind Jokic over 36.5 points plus assists. Against Orlando, when he's played enough minutes, he's had 42 and 37. Very close, but still pretty good, right? And he should be big enough to be able to dominate either Batadze, Wendell Carter, anyone that's kind of down there, right? I do think so. Aaron Gordon got ruled in, so that also helps the Nuggets as well, just FYI. That wasn't the case earlier. AD, I think, Christian, AD is out as far as I'm seeing. Is the update on him, courtesy of RotoWire. Yeah, Nick, we just did like a live reaction to the Nurkic trade, as well as the what trade just... Oh, the DeAndre Hunter trade. Jeremy says, will you put these out on final plays? If I roll with it, like I didn't even write down that Jokic one. I'll probably write that one down. Yes, it'll be on the final plays with the website. Right now, Buddy Hield and that Jokic one, two looks that I'm considering. Could just look at Jokic over 9.5 assists. What do we think of that? His assist line, 9.5. He's hit it in 9 of his last 10. 62% of games this year. Am I missing something? I expect this to be a close enough game. I know that they are. What is the updated line on that? 7.5. I think it's going to be a close enough game. Is AD's points line still up? Yeah, he's still got stats out there. Oh, look at this. Right as I go to check it, that went away, right? Like I click this. Okay, now it's there. It's back there. So his points line is, I mean, maybe we're seeing, I can refresh this. Maybe Dallas debut Saturday. That's what we still have. But yeah, I've seen him out there too. So I guess that's a fair enough point, right? Orlando is last in assists against centers in terms of being last, like good or bad. Like, is it a bad matchup or good matchup, Kool-Aid? Right here, we got it in our dashboard. So they're a tough matchup against centers, both points and assists. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that 36.5 looks good. It's a bad matchup, but at the same time, Kool-Aid, we know it well enough too that like at some point Jokic isn't like I would say Giannis, Jokic, Steph against teams that are good at covering the 3-point line. Like some of these guys are just like it's like, does the matchup matter? It does matter to some degree, but like, you know, it's he's a guy that can clearly still play well against a bad matchup. Red says, you like the T-Wolves? This is one, I think I said it in my video this morning. I definitely bounced back and forth. I ultimately said Houston just because of this, like, and this is pretty nitpicky, if you ask me here, but you know, this is a Houston team that both teams like to run the pick and roll. Houston's good at stopping it. Minnesota is not. So I liked the idea of, you know, Jalen Green or something like that. Jalen Green, we have pegged for those stats. But yeah, this went back and forth. If someone's on Timberwolves today, I would not say, like, I wouldn't try and talk someone off of Timberwolves. You know what I mean? Because it's that close. So yeah, that's one where, like, I know a lot of people in the space would try and be like, they'd either make up an edge or act like something is bigger than it is and be like, no, that's why I like it. It's like, if I'm admittedly just focusing on the pick and roll, there's a lot more going on outside of the damn pick and roll in this game. You know what I mean? So what else we got here? Anshul, I don't mind. Anshul, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly either, but Porzingis over 2.5 threes. I don't mind it. Here's my issue, and this is just a personal thing. We were taking Porzingis at 1.5, you know, earlier on in the year and whatnot, right? I hate when I take guys at like 1.5, and then all of a sudden it bumps to 2.5. Every time I go to say place bet and that type of thing, it's like, it just irks me a little bit because I used to get it at 1.5. So I have that like bad taste in my mouth. Robert says Tassos is a good parlay. Yeah, Tassos has been on fire lately, huh? Joshua, I already rolled it. I took DeMar over 19.5. I also took his points plus assist. I locked that in as a final play. 2 final plays. Split a half unit. 0.3 on the points, 0.2 on the points plus assist. But DeRozan killed us last night. Like, we got a really good night, and it wasn't. So that was unfortunate. You played Tassos' parlay yesterday? Yeah, he hit like a plus 300 something, right? Tatum over 3.5, Kristaps 2.5. All right, Thatcher, there's a couple things here. Do I mind it? No, the Celtics can shoot anyone out of the gym. Theoretically speaking, the Mavs are a good perimeter defense. They've been terrible as of late. And in fact, if we use our dashboard here, you can see they're allowing a ton of successful shots from there, 39.6%. So that's what I like about it, right? That's what I like about it. And the Celtics shoot a ton. So yeah, I don't mind it, but man, you're definitely all in on the Celtics hitting threes, which I guess is fair, right? Like, I guess it's fair. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I can't knock it, right? What else we got here? Halliburton under an assist. I think Halliburton has a decent scoring night tonight, so that makes sense to me. Love from India. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I took the Franz under in points. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's tough to fade a guy like Franz Wagner, but I'm doing it. I might be crazy. I'm doing it, though. Calling our shot is in here. What's going on? Ooh, there's another trade. All right, what do we got here? What do we have? Okay, I kind of figured Bogdanovich was on its way out, but we have trading Terrence Mann and Bones Highland to the Hawks for Bogdanovich and 3 second-rounders. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I don't know really who Bogdanovich I do like, but it's I don't know, not soured on me. That's not the right way of putting it. But I've lost my sort of like, oh, he's a dude. You know what I mean? Like he used to make, I guess he still does, but used to make. He's been injured and I get it. But he used to make some like dagger shots and he'd get fired up. And I'm only talking like last year. He's lost a little bit of his zhuzh to me now, right? Now Terrence Mann, Bones Highland, they've had their moments and stuff. I think we're seeing pretty clearly, you know, and this happens a lot in the deadlines, but this has been a pretty crazy deadline. We're seeing who are buyers and who are sellers, right? Cavs, buyers. Lakers, buyers. I guess, you know, Bulls, sellers. I'm surprised Vooch isn't on the move yet. Atlanta, sellers. Clippers, buyers. I already said Cavs. Like, it's starting to get pretty clear what teams want out of this season, I guess, right? Shooting splits in terms of what? Like when he has or when he hasn't. Let's see. Well, actually, we don't even have it because he just got traded. Everything's gonna be out the window. We could probably just find it on StatMuse, right? If we wanted to do that. Oh man, you think I'm spelling this thing out? I can barely spell my own last name. Let's see. What is Austin cooking up? Is this year? Yeah, this is this year. See, 24 games from him is kind of nuts, right? Like, he is such a good player, but now he's just sitting here, been injured all year long. I mean, in the past, sure, we could say that he's looked good, right? I mean, let's see if we can find his game by game. Not game by game, year by year. Like, I think anybody would be pretty satisfied with a guy that's gonna give you like 17 or something like that. Yeah, this is rough. That's rough. I mean, I know he's been injured, but that's rough. Like, are we all in agreement that this is the Bogdanovich where like that's a dude. That's a dude. Maybe here too, but I would say when the Hawks got him, it was like, oh, big get from Sacramento. And it's just like maybe it's the injuries, maybe it's the team, but that type of thing. So I don't know. Yeah, true. These second rounders are funny. It's like we talk about them as trade pieces and whatnot, but it's true. And it is still to me like I guess it's not weird, but that there's only 2 rounds in an NBA draft. Like you're telling me they couldn't have a third? Probably not, but I don't know. Keith, we're kind of looking at props and we're looking at trades. We're kind of just talking basketball. We're talking ball right now. Austin says, I like Bogdan, though. He's been out for personal reasons the last few games, and hopefully he's all good. Yeah, I mean, I hope so, too. And I do think that there's, like, some weirdness going on in the NBA where it's almost like a bunch of these players knew that they were going to get traded, in a sense. Like, I don't know about Bogdanovich, right, because I was kind of beforehand, but, like, you're telling me Zach LaVine, who was literally walking up and down the court in that last game, who they play, I don't remember, but maybe the Nuggets, actually? I don't remember. But either way, walking up and down the court, and then he says and the coach says that he's going to be out for personal reasons, then he gets traded like a week later. You know what I mean? Like at some point, I'm sure there's some sort of communication going on where, but personal reasons, it's such a blanket thing. Like there could be so much going on in these guys' lives, but with the trade deadline, I always get kind of like tongue in cheek, like, you know, a little thought pops into my head there. Joseph said, yeah, I think Halliburton's situation to score tonight is pretty good. I think I've seen 8.5s out there for assists. So yeah, I don't mind the under in assists. Do we have updates on Miles Turner? Miles Turner is going to play, but I kind of like Halliburton points tonight. Not necessarily as like a play that I am like loving type of thing, you know what I mean? But I do think that the way that he plays, being a pick and roll ball handler and whatnot, is going to suit him a little bit more for scoring than dishing today. Because coming off those screens, trying to score down low against the Clippers and whatnot isn't going to be all that tremendous. And the Clippers also are a sneaky, decent team at covering the perimeter at times. You know what I mean? Like they are just a very good defense that sometimes looks good and looks bad, but still, like to me, it's like Halliburton probably has more success shooting than diming up tonight. We'll see. They cover the pick and roll really well. They cover isolation really well. So that could lead to him, you know, passing it out of these spots, but overall, I still don't mind it. Yeah, I mean, we are not, like, if FYI, guys, Halliburton is right here in the DMB graveyard. I'm not taking him. I'm not touching him. I'm just saying, for people that are liking his assists under, I do think that it's a decent matchup. But you're right. He's in the DMB graveyard. We are not touching him until I see something good out of this dude. That guy screwed us more times than we could count. 2 times. But again, I'm pretty stupid. Can't count that many times, or that amount. Let's see. Jonah with the $2. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. We did look at DeAndre Ayton earlier, but you know what? We will make good on our promise here. You gave a $2 donation here, which thank you very much. We'll look at DeAndre Ayton. So Ayton will go through his points. We already said we don't really mind it. Now I love this line at 14.5. Look at the odds, right? You're toast. 16.5. I think it was even 15.5 recently, right? Did we just see it at 15.5 when we were looking earlier? I don't know. But I don't mind this spot. Weirdly enough, Kings have been a very good paint defense, but have struggled against the center as of late. And you can even see as of late, last 3 games, kind of struggling just in general, you know, at points in the paint. But, you know, 4th most points to centers allowed in the paint, rebounds, assists. Like, guys are eating on them. We have Ayton projected for 16.5 and 12.4 based on our projections. So I don't mind that there. Those are the, by the way, that's what we have him projected for. So I don't mind his points. It's getting up there. He's been a beast, though. We don't have to look at his assists. His rebounds could also be a fair look, I guess. I would use the word fair because he does have the behemoth Sabonis. And by behemoth, I don't mean necessarily in raw stature compared to Ayton, but Sabonis' hands are incredible. Pause. And I do think that he could give him some trouble. So I guess I would look at maybe either, you know, an Ayton points. You could consider an Ayton, even doubles priced out now. So I guess I'd look at him maybe points or point. I would make sure to get the points in there, I guess. But Ayton has like a slight value, right? Like that's how I would put it. We were looking at the edge, the edge tool that we created, which again, it's kind of in beta. If you have the link, good for you. You guys were in the Discord, and you can still get this link in the Discord. It'll pop up in just a second. Literally streaming and loading this thing and all that great, but it essentially just takes what we've determined our algorithm, which is a lot of minutes based and whatnot, and then puts it against the line. So it doesn't take, you know, other odds and whatnot into account. It's just our projections. So DeAndre Ayton, you could see here, we have him pretty flat, literally flat to what the sports books have, and then rebounds maybe slightly over, actually 12.4, and assists. So he does have a little bit of an edge, but I think I'd make sure you get the points in there. Let's see. Austin says Siakam over. We talked about that a little bit earlier. I do like the spot. I said the one thing that worries me about Siakam, and I don't know if it's that big of a worry because the Clippers can be fairly soft in the mid-range recently. Siakam gets better as he gets closer to the hoop, and that's kind of the same, you know, thing to be said for the Clippers defense, right? But 31 last time he played the Clippers, obviously. And like I mentioned, if we look at him, we know where he's going to shoot from, right? These are the last 10 games. So Siakam, Let's find him right here. So Siakam in the restricted area, in the paint, in the mid-range, and then sure, he'll take a few threes, but we want to take a peek at that defense, and I guess just how they've been playing in that same stretch the last 10 games, we can see they're pretty good in the paint, okay in the restricted area, but the mid-range, I mean, if Siakam goes out there and shoots the ball enough times, we're looking at 41% from the mid-range. I don't mind that at all, right? And even if we look at props madness, we want to kind of divvy it up by his play type. Transition and post up. Okay, well, those aren't going to look all that tremendous, but let's go shots. That's kind of what we're looking for here. I think this is going to be a close enough game where Siakam should play, 33 minutes there in some of these closer games. Let's see how many shots he's shooting. 36. Let's give him, actually, I want to see against some of the better or closer teams. Let's look at, bear with me for a second. Let's go in games that they've either, won by. No, we can go. Let's say in games they lost by 3+, 33 minutes, won by 3+. Again, this is also including some of the outliers, but just kind of getting a rough number, 33. So let's just say Siakam 33 minutes right here is this the year? Yeah, on the year we're looking at 16 field goal attempts. That's obviously going to correlate pretty damn well to a guy hitting his over, right? So if we can get the shots from him, sure. My concern, like I said, as they get closer to the hoop, the Clippers kind of sure up. But this Clippers defense hasn't been as good as we think they are in recent games. Look at their defensive efficiency right here. Yes, this is just the last 3 games, and if you look at their last 3, it's not like they've played world-beating offenses, right? Charlotte, Toronto, LA. But doesn't that say even more? It's like they're the 21st defensive efficiency team in the last 3. Points in the paint, 20th, and this is against Toronto, Charlotte, and what did I say, the Lakers? Yeah, maybe the Clippers defense isn't exactly firing right now. So, yeah, I like Siakam. We'll stay live for a little bit longer, guys. If you are watching, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Ton more people in the stream that have hit the like, but you know what? Last time we said that, you guys came through. So let's go ahead and hit the like button if you guys don't mind. Obviously, it sounds kind of like we're pandering and whatnot, but at the same time, we are. It helps the channel, helps get it out there, helps more people see it. Really do appreciate that. Brandon says, so glad I found your guys' channel. Question for you. I can only play on better in my state. Any ideas on picking player props there? What do you mean? I see. Better. I was thinking Bet365. Yeah, I mean, if that's the only thing they have access to, then yeah, player props, I feel like that's obviously what they're made for, and same rules apply, but you're going to have to roll with, obviously, like parlays and whatnot, right? Jonas says, appreciate research. Appreciate that for another super chat from you, Jonah. Really do appreciate that. Raymond, yeah, we talked about Brandon earlier. I don't know if I really talked about his threes, Podemski's. I don't mind. I think he's going to have usage today. I think we might end up rolling with Buddy Hield 15-plus points. As crazy as that is, Buddy Hield has definitely, and those big teeth have definitely put us in some bad places before. But Buddy Hield without Andrew Wiggins, just go look up that. Go search that, find it. Buddy Hield without Andrew Wiggins, he goes off. I think if we get quantity out of Buddy today, we should look pretty good. And he's going up against a team in the Lakers that isn't the best defense. Brendan Podemski threes, though. I just went on our Buddy Hield rant. It's a little juice, minus 150. You guys know that we'll sip that tea sometimes. But when I play something that's super juice, it's because I truly think we're taking something at minus. This is just how my dumb brain works. We're taking something at say minus 150, but based on what I like here, it should be minus 175. So yeah, you have to hit at a crazy rate to be profitable with those, and that we run into that plenty on nights. But minus 150 is probably right around where I'd put it, and he's crushing it. Obviously, he's going to have more usage. If you can take that juice, then I guess I don't mind it. But I think that's a pretty fair line and odds for him tonight. All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap up the stream. We've been live for just over an hour. Really do appreciate everyone that has tuned in. You guys ran up the likes as well. I appreciate that. Seriously, we'll go live more. We've been doing, one a week. Maybe we've missed one recently, but we've done pretty damn well. We've done pretty damn well in our consistency, right? So, yeah, hopefully we keep that thing going and keep it up because I love going live and talking to you guys and whatnot. Yeah, Devin says don't roast him. Yeah, I probably just jinxed Buddy. You know what, Buddy? I said your big ass teeth. They're amazing though. Nice and white. Great smile for the cameras. There we go. All right. There we go. But anyways, guys, we'll catch you in the next one. All right. Peace out.